Hi everyone, welcome to Entri app. This is Lina, your English language expert, and in today's class we are going to discuss a mock test for your SBI PO Prelims 2020. So okay, so class is a little bit late, so I'm sorry because there is some technical problem. So this is Lina, and in today's class we will have a mock test so that you can test yourself how much you are prepared for this examination. Okay, so I'll give you some questions. Based on these questions you have to check yourself. First of all, you have to answer these questions which I will give you. After that I will provide the answers with the explanation. So as you all know that SBI PO prelims examination is very important. At the same time, you will see the trickiest questions. Okay, you will see the different kind of question patterns which you have revised or practiced before the examination day. So I have prepared this question paper in such a way so that you can test, or you can create that power to answer these questions. Okay, so SBI PO prelims will have 30 questions. Okay, in the English section you will have 30 questions, and for these 30 questions you will get 20 minutes. Okay, so do you know that your speed and accuracy, both the things are very important, right? You have to maintain the speed. At the same time you should be accurate with your answers. It means you have to pick the correct one. If you choose any kind of incorrect answers, then you have to deduct your marks. Okay, so let's begin with our class. And SBI PO Prelims 2020 is going to be very useful in this situation during this COVID time. So get ready for this examination. And okay, so I want to give you some more information about this examination. As we all know that SBI PO prelims is based on 3 sections. Okay, you will see 3 different kind of question paper, and in today's session we are going to talk about English section. Okay, so English section is divided in 3 sections. Okay, one is based on grammar. Okay, in grammar you will see questions like error detection, phrase replacement, sentence improvement, all these things. And sometimes also you will see that these section will have vocabulary based questions, so we can say that this is vocabulary based also. Okay, we will see what kind of questions you will have in your examination. So grammar and vocabulary are the 2 things which are very important for your examination. And the third thing is reading comprehension, or the reading skills. Okay, where you will have a comprehension passage with some questions and options, and you have to pick which one is the appropriate one. And then you have sentence rearrangement, all these sort of questions. So we will see all these questions in today's class. Okay, so reading comprehension will have your passage, and you can score 8 to 10 marks over there, because you will see questions based on reading comprehension passage like from 8 to 10. In the same way you will have sentence rearrangement. We call it parajumble sentences as well. Okay, so on this topic you will see 5 questions. If you talk about grammar and vocabulary, you will have error detection questions. Okay, you can see 4 to 5 questions. Then you have phrase replacement, a sentence improvement questions. Again you will see 5 to 8 questions or 8 to 9 questions from this section. So in such a way, the question paper is very much based on these three sections, that are grammar, vocabulary, and reading skills. So when we have so much time or enough time, so we recommend that you should read the editorial of Hindu, because it will improve your reading skills. At the same time, you will get notified with all the things which are happening over there. Okay, but because the examination is very near, so you do not need to read anything. You just need to take mock test. Okay, every day you have to solve a question paper. Now let's begin with our class with our first question. And it is very important to read your direction first, because as I told you that in banking examination you will always see surprises, right? You will always see these surprises. So important thing is that here, that you have to read the instruction or the directions, so that you can get the idea what are you going to do in this particular question. Okay, so here the direction says, read each of the following sentences to find out if there is any grammatical error in it. That means you have a sentence. Okay, here you have a sentence, and the error, if any, you can find, then you have to mark where is the error. Okay, so the first question on your screen is this. Okay, so take a moment and read the sentence and try to figure out where is the problem in this sentence. It says, in July, the state government promulgates an ordinance to dilute the major labor laws, including the Factories Act 1948. So here is a pattern, a question pattern you can see, where a question is divided into 4 parts, that is A, B, C, and D. And after that you have these options. Okay, so where you have to mark out of these options, like where can you find the error. Okay, A, B, C, D, or E. Sometimes you can have the different kind of question pattern. Okay, are you able to understand whatever I am discussing with you? If yes, please let me know in the comment box that you are getting me whatever I am telling you. Okay, so the trick or the technique here is you have to read the sentence, and because this is the error based question, try to figure out in a very less time where is the problem. A problem can be related to verb. In these kind of questions, the problem can be related to verb. That means subject verb agreement. It can be based on preposition, where you can have error based on phrasal verbs. In fact, you can have a problem with the vocabulary as well. That means something can be written incorrectly. Okay. So in July, the state government promulgates an ordinance. Now, what is the meaning of this word? Promulgates. It means to promote or to put something, to put a law or decree into effect. Okay, this is the meaning of this word. Now what happens every time we do not know the meaning of each and every word, so do not need to worry. Just try to figure out where can be the problem. So as you can see, promulgates is written here, and here in July is written, right? In July is showing us that something was happening in the past. It is an event of past, right? And how can we write first form of the verb here? Because it is used for the present tense, right? Whenever we have a verb, like we have the verb promulgates here, and if we add s to it, it will become the present form. Now we need the past form, so we have to add d here, not s. So where can you find the error in this question? Problem is in B part. It should be in past form, because in July shows us an action or an event of past. See, you do not need to read the sentence to understand the meaning of each and every word. You just need to understand the context and you just have to find out the problem. Yeah, is here in the B part. Okay, next question we have the Spring Festival. When the Chinese are at their sprightly best, where can you find the error? Try to figure out where is the problem. So the spring, when the Chinese are at their sprightly best, it means there is an error here. It needs a verb. Okay. When we talk about the subject or the object, we think that subject can only be of one word, but it is not true. We can have the subjects like where we have the phrase noun or the phrase clauses. So here the Spring Festival, all these three words are subjects, and when the Chinese are basically telling us something about the subject, so we need a verb here, and the verb should be is here. Okay, we have to use the verb which can connect or which can join the subject with the object. Now it is perfectly fine. The Spring Festival is when, okay, the Spring Festival, when we simply say the festival is when we are happy. Okay, this is the simplest sentence, so we got the meaning, but this is the trickiest one, so we get confused. The Spring Festival is when the Chinese are at their sprightly means lively best, right? So here you have to mark A. Okay, you have to mark A. Now the next question, amid the health pandemic and the lockdown, a few state governments sensed an opportunity to quickly ran through pieces of legislation or ordinances to whittle down the labor laws. Okay, now amid the health pandemic and lockdown, a few state governments sensed an opportunity. Can you find any kind of problem till here? Till here, can you find any kind of problem? No, the sentence is perfectly fine. But after that, quickly ran through is the word is written over here. Okay, ran through. Can you use ran through here? So here the knowledge of vocabulary is required. Actually, it should be ran through. Right? It should be ran through, not ran through. It means to force or to crash. Okay, to force or to crash through something. So it should be ram through. Where is the problem? Problem is in C part. Clear? Yes? Again, we have another question based on error detection. Now sentence says the farmer protests that the farmers protest the current hot topic that, what is that? Currently ring fences Delhi resist the resolution as the air is dense with the contrary sets of truth and half truths. Where can you find the error? Are you able to find any kind of error in this statement? Yes? Okay, so the farmer protests that currently ring fences Delhi resist. Okay, so resist is the verb. When we use this form, this is the base form of the verb. It means first form of the verb, right? But what is the subject? Subject is the singular or the plural, because whenever we use first form without any ses or is, it is a plural verb. Yes, it is a plural verb. But do you think that subject is the plural here? The farmers protest. What is the subject here? This one, this word, not farmers. The farmers protest that currently ring fences Delhi resist. It should be resist. Okay, S should be added here, right? S should be added here to make it meaningful and grammatically correct. Now it is fine. The farmers protest that the currently ring fences Delhi resist resolution, not resist, right? So mark B. The problem is here in this part. Okay, so the next question we have, despite the profound impacts, all these questions are very latest. Okay, I have just picked them up from the current news. So they are very important for your examination. Despite the profound impacts, it is fine. You do not use despite of after despite, so it is perfectly fine. Despite the profound impacts, profound means very intense, very deep impacts. I am not going to dwell on the pandemic. Okay, if you know the vocabulary very well, then you will not get confused for this question. What is the meaning of dwell on? Can you tell me what is the meaning of dwell? And dwell on is a phrasal verb. Yeah. Dwell on means when you think about something for a long time, when you think about something, when you talk about something for a long time. So the sentence is saying, or the speaker is saying here, that I'm not going to think about so much about this pandemic, but will look at some of the other factors. Okay, I will take care about other factors that are chipping off at our democratic spaces. So basically, I'm going to think about the certain things which are actually the bad effects for our economy, the democratic spaces, and shrinking elbow room for dissent, difference, and dialogue. So here, chipping off is the word is written. Okay, so it should be actually chipping away, not chipping off. So when we use chipping away, what does it mean? It means to make something weaker. Okay, it makes sense to make something weaker, but we'll look at some of the other factors that are making weaker our democratic spaces. Okay, makes sense. So it should be chipping away, not chipping off. When we use chipping off or chip off means to break something into pieces. So it is not going with the context here, right? It should be chipping away. Okay. Okay, now the next question we have is based on different question papers. So direction for 6th to 10th questions is like in the following questions. Some parts is underlined. Okay, you will see that some parts are underlined, or simply you just need to tell the examiner that where is the problem. If you can correct the sentence, then choose any of the options. Other than that, you have to choose simply no correction required, right? So question is here that whether it's burnout from working hours. As you can see, this part is underlined. Okay, this part is underlined here. Layoffs at a local news publication. So in such questions, the benefit here is that you have already know that this is the only part where we can make any kind of changes. Other than that, no correction is required for this question. Okay. Okay, so whether it's burnout from working extra hours, layoffs at a local news publication, and all these things. So what is the meaning of burnout? Burnout is the state of exhaustion when someone is mentally, physically exhausted. So this is the time, or this is the situation where we use the word burnout. Okay, so whether it's burnout from working, as you can see, it is written here, and it is used to show the possession. Okay, it is used when we use it's, this form is used to show the possession, right? Okay, but when we say it apostrophe s, it means it is, it was, it has, all these sort of thing. So it is not showing any kind of possession here or relation here. Okay, so we actually need it's here. So what is the trick here? You have these options. Okay, out of these options, try to figure out where is the problem. Whether they burn out, no, we cannot use they here. Whether it's burnout working, Okay, so it is written here with the apostrophe but without from. So from is required here. We cannot eliminate from. Whether it's burnout from, that means it is burnout. Okay, it has burnout from working extra hours. So it should be it's burnout from working. It means D is the correct option to replace this mistake or to replace this phrase. So this question is based on phrase replacement question, right? Okay, so it should be D. It's burnout from working. Okay, so the next question we have, while the pandemic reduced my shopping sprees from countless, the vagabond within me was not easy to put out. So based on phrasal verbs, the understanding or the knowledge of phrasal verb is going to help you a lot in such questions. Okay, so do you know the meaning of put out? What is the meaning of put out? Actually it means that nothing can stop me. Okay, because the pandemic reduced shopping sprees from countless. Now vagabond within me what not easy to put out is not the appropriate phrasal verb here. Okay, so if we say put off, what is the meaning of this phrasal verb? It means to postpone. In the context of procrastination we use put off. Okay, when we put off a meeting, or when my boss has put off the meeting, that means my boss has postponed the meeting. Okay, what is the meaning of put down? Anyone, what is the meaning of put down? Yeah, nothing can stop me, to stop something. Okay, so it was not easy to put down. Okay, put on, when you wear a piece of jewelry or garment, so this is the time we use put on. Okay, put up, when you put up, you raise any matter, to raise a matter, we use put up. So what is the phrasal verb which can be replaced by put up? It is put down. Nothing can stop you. Okay, put down, right? Okay, so the next question we have, as we look ahead and back, while trying to give context to the story, one overarching question stands out. What is the case for a new parliament building and the India need one? This is the very latest topic. As you already read about it, this is the very latest topic, right? Okay, so we have options like India, why India need one, does India need one, is India need one, India need it, no correction required. What would you choose for the replacement? See, what is the case for a new parliament? Okay, what is the case for a new parliament building and India need one? Actually, it should be similar to the previous sentence or the previous statement. It is asking for something. What is the case for a new parliament building and why does it need it, or what can we say? If we choose why, then we need an auxiliary verb. It should be does, it should be anything, but we need an auxiliary verb here. That means we cannot use it as here. What is, after what, after wh word we have used the auxiliary verb. In the similar way, we need an auxiliary verb here if we write any kind of wh word. Clear? Now, if we talk about the B option, does India need one? This seems fine. Okay. C says, is India need one? If we write is, no, it doesn't make sense or it is not going with the grammatical structure. So we cannot use is also, because when we use is, we need the present participle or ing form with it. India needed is also not correct for this replacement. So we have to choose does India, because if we write does, we do not need why or any wh word before it. Okay, we do not need it. We can simply make a question, or we can simply ask a question just by using the correct auxiliary verb. And the correct auxiliary verb here is does. Does India need one? Right? Okay. So the next question we have, try to read the sentence and give me the correct answer. What can be the option which is used, which can be used to replace had a steamer? Had a steamer. Yeah. So she woke up early in the morning. Okay, an event of past. Woke up, woke. The verb is in past. So she woke up early in the morning and had a steamer cup of tea. So actually, steamer is the word here which is describing a cup of tea, right? It is describing cup of tea. So can you say steamer? Steamer cup of tea. Steamer is basically a engine of the train. Okay, right? Steamer is a ship that has an engine. Okay, uh, it is kind of a ship which has engine. So actually we need an adjective to qualify cup of tea, but steamer is not the correct word to qualify or to identify it. So when we say has a steamer, we cannot use has because the event was happened in the past, and has shows us the present form, right? Okay. Nasbiba, you're saying option D, had a steaming. Okay, let's see. It seems fine. Okay. Okay, you're saying C. Okay. If you say had a steam cup of tea. So actually this word is not making the word which we call adjective. We need an adjective, right? Okay, we need an adjective. And Nasbiba said had a steaming. So we all know that we have some sort of words with ing form. They are actually not the verbs. They are the adjectives like brightening, shining, all these sort of words. In the same way, steaming is the adjective which can qualify cup of tea. So had a steaming cup of tea. Yeah. Yes. D option. Right. Okay, moving further, we have 10th question with us, the very latest question. It was quite clear that the athlete can be able to improve upon his own record, and you have option like these. Would be able to, cannot be able to, will be able to, be able, or no correction required. Yeah. So here, what should you choose for the replacement of this underlined phrase? Please let me know in the comment box what would you choose for the replacement here. Okay, you are saying C, will be able to, right? Okay, you are saying no correction required. For the ninth question, Nasbiba, you are saying E for the ninth question, right? What is your name? B by A. Okay, you are saying A. All right. So first of all, can and able to cannot be used together. If you know about it, that's amazing. Other than that, you should know about it. That can has the same meaning like able to. It means can is equal to able to. So how can you use two same words, or the words which can gives you the same meaning? It makes the sentence superfluous. Okay. So can and able to, first of all, cannot be used together. Now what should be the word we can replace with? So as you can see, it was quite clear. Okay, it was quite clear talking about the past. Okay, so in the same way we cannot use cannot, because we cannot use can. Understood? Okay, now we have options like would be able to and will be able to. Be able is also not correct here, but because the sentence is in past, so in that context, yes. Adinath, Abhi, Neha, yes. Everybody is giving the correct answers. It should be A, would be able to, right? Okay, so the next question we have on the different pattern, and it says the sentence or a part of sentence is highlighted. Four alternatives are given like A, B, C, and D with some substitutions, and you have to improve them, right? Okay. Now we have discussing about the phrasal words, phrase replacement. Now we have sentence improvement questions here. Okay, so read the sentence. In her 3-decade journey as a writer, she has written over 60 books, a majority of them for children. So if you can only replace this underlined sentence. Other than that, the correction doesn't require any kind of changes. Okay. Rajeshwari, you are saying A for the 9th or the 10th or the 11th question? Okay, for the 10th question, yeah. She has written over 60 books. And we have options like she wrote over 60 books, she has been written, she had written, she written over 60 books. What would you choose? Abhi is saying A. Okay, Pramesh is saying C. Okay, please let me know, guys. Neha, Pramesh, Vyas, and Renson BB, you're giving answer for the 11th question or the 10th question? Okay, wonderful. Okay. So she has written over 60 books, and you're saying that it should be replaced with C option, had written over 60 books. Why so? Why do you think that it should be had written? Why it should be had written? Okay, Nehamina is also saying C. You are saying it should be had written. Okay, okay. So why do we use present perfect tense? Guys, why do we use present perfect tense? Just to show the completion of any action. This is the only usage of present perfect tense when we have has, have, or V3. Actually, the answer is no. We do not use the present perfect tense just to show the completion. We show the partial completion as well. Okay, we show the partial completion as well by using the form of present perfect tense. Okay, so when we say she has written over 60 books, that means she has completed this task of writing 60 books, but still she is writing books. Okay, the action has not been completed. So here the sentence is fine. Sentence is not incorrect. No correction is required. Understood? Why? Because the writer is not dead. Okay, she's alive, and she has completed this task of writing 60 books, but the work is still in progression. Okay, still is in continuation. So in this context we have to use present perfect tense, which is already written here. Okay, we cannot use had written here because it shows us past of past, and we do not require it here. Okay, we do not need to write had written, so no correction is required for this statement. Understood? Okay, suppose your friend is alive and you're saying my friend has taught over let's say 1000 students. So what do you say? Is this the incorrect sentence? No, this is correct sentence because this has taught shows us the partial completion, that my friend has taught these 1000 students, and there are the chances that he or she will teach more students in the future. Okay, she or he doesn't stop teaching, right? So in this context, we can use present perfect tense. All right. Next question we have with the different direction. Actually, here you will have this question. In the previous question, you have this option no correction required, but the latest pattern says that you will have the options where no correction required option will not be given. Instead of that, you will see the E option with the another sentence improvement. Okay. So read the sentence. It says, Jennifer has been on the helm of our department for so long, it is underlined, that I can't imagine what it will be like once she retires. Okay? Alright, guys. Now, what would you choose? Jennifer has been on the helm of our department. Now let me give you a hint here. It is based on vocabulary. The problem or the error or the improvement you can make is based on vocabulary. Okay, now try to figure out where is the problem. How can you make it better? How can you make it correct by using all these, or out of these options, what can you choose? Please comment in the comment box what would be the suitable or the appropriate option for the 12th question. Okay, Jennifer has been on the helm of our department for so long, and we have options like Jennifer has a helm of, in the helm of, at the helm of our department. Okay, at the helm of, I mean on, and then at the helm in our. Are you able to figure out where is the problem here? Okay, you're saying C. Okay, C. Perfect. Absolutely correct. The problem here is this part. It should be at, okay, at the helm of our department, and here you can see at is written. So C is the option which is used to replace the underlined part. Okay, actually the helm of is used to tell that something that someone is in charge of something. Okay, it means at the helm of means in charge of any department, so it should be at here, at the helm of. Okay, so all other options are incorrect. Very nice, very good. Renson, you got the incorrect one. It's okay. Neha got the correct answer. Nasiba also got the correct answer. Bibi and Vyask, right? You also got the incorrect answer, but it's okay. Yes. Okay. So the next question we have, you have to mark C here. C. Okay. Next question we have, country's infrastructure is not the ideology of any party. Okay. Now we have options like and country. Obviously and तो यहाँ पर नहीं आ सकता. You cannot use and here. Okay, we are saying C. All right. Ramesh is saying C. Rajeshwari is also saying C for the 13th question. What about other students? What do you think about this question? Country's infrastructure is not the ideology of any party. Do you think that this uh, usage of is incorrect here? First of all, let me know. Okay, you're saying D. We ask, you're saying D. Okay, let us see, is it correct or not? Do you think that the use of is correct here? Yes, because is linking verb here. Okay, whenever we use be forms like is, am, are, was, were as main verb, they are actually linking verbs. It gives us the information about the subject. Okay, whenever we have the subject and then we have the linking verb, that means we have any form of be, that means is, am, are, was, were. With it we do not use an object. Okay, we do not use an object here. Actually we use or we write the subject complement. Okay, we write the subject, it's J, subject complement. I hope you know this concept. Okay, you're saying D. Okay. Can you please give me the reason why should we use D option here to replace this? Anyone in the comment box? Why should we use a country here? This is the only difference. Okay, this is the only difference. If we see this underlined part, it has a extra. Okay. Actually, the reason is it is talking about the general thing. Okay, it is not specifying something. It doesn't have the vowel sound. Okay, it doesn't showing us any kind of possession, so we cannot use has here. It is telling us something in general. So a country's infrastructure should be like this. Okay, that is why we have to use the. So congratulations all of you, you got the correct answer. Everyone got the correct answer for this question. Very well done. Okay, so the next question we have, if I went to bed early, I would have caught the train. Now, what would you mark for this question? If I went to bed, if I went to bed early, that means if I, sleep early, I would have caught the train. So the sentence is saying that I was not able to catch my train because obviously I didn't get up early. Yes, Nasbiya, Nasbiba, okay? Not specified, a certain country. Correct. Because the article is used to specify something, to make it definite. Okay, if I went to bed early, I would have caught on train. The very simple question. Okay, 14, you're saying E for the 14. If I had gone to bed, okay. What about other students? E, Abhi is also saying E. Okay, because it is a sentence of condition. Okay, it is a conditional sentence. As you can see, okay, do not learn the concept. So whenever we have would have and v3, we have to use had gone or had v3. If you only know this concept, so this is the incomplete or the half knowledge. So the reason here is whenever we use had v3 with if clause, okay, whenever we use, if you know about it, that's amazing. Other than that, you should know about it. If we had if clause with had and v3, it is actually a conditional sentence of imagination. It is the hypothetical situation of past. Okay, hypothetical situation, that means something we are imagining. This is not happening, or this could not happen in the past, but we are, imagining that, oh, it is wonderful, it could happen someday, right? So whenever we have if and we use had with the third form, we use would have and v3. What does it mean? It is talking about the hypothetical situation. If this condition doesn't fulfill, if this condition doesn't fulfill, you will obviously not going to get this result. So because it is talking about past, so this is the hypothetical situation. Let's say if I say, if I had won the lottery, I would have a big house. Okay, so what is the meaning of this statement? Do not say that, ma'am, if we can see had is written here, we have to have b3 and then we have would have. Okay, it should be bought. Okay, this is not the complete information. Actually, the reason behind it here, suppose I had the lottery ticket in the past, okay, but I hadn't win it, okay, my name was not declared in the past. So I am now just imagining, and this is the hypothetical situation when I am saying, if I had won, the lottery in the past, then what was happening in the past? I would have bought a big house. But because this condition was not fulfilled in the past, so this result was not there in the past, right? That is why this option is correct. Okay, all right. Okay, the next question we have is based on reading comprehension passage. So you have a passage with with this passage you have some questions. So what is the trick or the strategy to attempt phrase passages? Is just read 4 to 5 lines. Okay, 4 to 5 lines of the passage, skim through the passage so that you can get the idea about the passage, about the theme of the passage. Okay, this is the first step. Read 4 to 5 or maximum 6 lines of the passage so that you can get the idea about the theme. Second step is go through the questions, and get keywords. Okay, keywords, just underline keywords so that you can memorize these keywords. Other than that, at first pace, if you read the complete passage, you will not remember what have you read, okay, once you attempting the questions. So go through the questions and get the keywords, and then finally try to locate these keywords. So here is your passage on your screen. Okay, so start reading the sentence. Okay, now management is a set of processes that can keep a complicated system of people and technology running smoothly. Understood? So management is the kind of a setup which makes everyone or the technology or the people running smoothly. If it doesn't work properly, then everybody or everything will be working insufficiently. So the most central characteristics of management include scheduling, accounting, organizing, staffing, controlling, and problem solving. Now here are some characteristics of management, and it includes all these things. So management includes scheduling, accounting, organizing, staffing, controlling. Very simple. Okay, the language is very simple of this passage. Now, leadership is a set of process that generates organization in the first place and assimilatizes them to expressively changing situation. Now this sentence is talking about the leadership, the quality or the process of leadership. Okay, thank you. The second step is we have to go through the questions to get the keywords. Okay, it is time consuming, this section is time consuming, but you have to do it. Okay, so the sentence or the question here is, why did companies, it is saying, why did companies and universities develop programs to prepare managers in such a large number? So it is asking about why did companies and universities did develop programs. Okay, so this is the keyword you can get here. Okay, companies and universities develop programs to prepare managers in such a large number. Okay, now the 16th question, which of the following is not the characteristic of bureaucratic culture? Not the characteristic of bureaucratic culture. This is the keyword here. Bureaucratic culture. We have to locate this keyword. Bureaucratic culture. Okay. Okay. We have to give the similar meaning of this word more though. Okay, we have to find out where is this word. Okay, now the 18th question is saying, what according to the author is a distinction between management and leadership? What according to the author is a distinction between management and leadership crucial? All right. 19th question is saying, management education was emphasized in the management program because the management education and management programs. These are the keywords for this question. All right. Now let's move to the passage again and try to figure out where are these keywords. Okay. So first of all, we have this question: why did companies and universities develop programs to prepare managers in such a large numbers? So here we have read till here. Now again the sentence is saying that the leadership outlines what the impending should look like, bring into line people with that vision and inspire them to make it happen despite the obstacles. So the sentence is describing about the quality of a good leadership. Okay, so it gives the vision to the people. Okay, it gives direction to the people so that they can go in the right path, and it inspires them also. The good leadership inspires them to make it happen despite the obstacles. You are going to see the obstacles, you are going to face the obstacles, but you have to go through them. Okay, the quality of leadership is mentioned here. Now the distinction is absolutely crucial for our purposes here. Success transformation is 70 to 90% leadership and only 10 to 30% management. Okay. Now, yet for historic motives, numerous organizations today don't have much headship. Okay. Now, for historic motives, numerous organizations today don't have much hardship, and almost everyone thinks about the problems here as one of the managing change. Okay. For the most of this century, as we created thousands and thousands of large organizations for the first time, please try to read the passage. Okay, for the first time in human history, we didn't have enough good managers to keep all those bureaucracies functioning. Okay, so as we created thousands and thousands of large organizations for the first time in the human industry, so what we find that good managers, there is a lack of good managers. Okay, they are not enough good managers so that they can keep all those bureaucracies functioning. Okay, thus many companies and academics developed management programs, and hundreds and thousands of people were stimulated to learn managing on job. Okay, I'll give you some time. Read the passage. Read the passage. And they did, but people were taught little about leadership. To some degree, management was emphasized because it's easier to teach than leadership. Okay, management was emphasized because it is easier to teach than leadership, but even more so, supervision was chief item on the 20th century economy because that's what needed. For every entrepreneur or business builder who was a leader, we needed hundreds of managers to run their ever-growing enterprises. Now, regrettably for us today, the importance of management has often been long-standing in corporate cultures. Okay, so coming to the 15th question, or the first question of the passage, we have these options. Try to figure out where could you find your answer for this question. Where could you find the answer for this question, guys? Companies and universities sought to produce funds through these programs. It is not mentioned anywhere in the passage. A large number of organizations were created and they needed managers in good number. So why did companies and universities develop programs to prepare managers in such a large number? Why so? Because they needed good managers in their companies. That is why companies and universities develop programs. They are creating these programs to prepare managers in such a large number. Where could you find this? Okay, here you can see that there is not a good enough manager because they want them. So this is the reason we have to choose B option. Organization did not want to spend their scarce resources. It is not mentioned anywhere. Okay, organization wanted to create communication network through trained managers. It is also not mentioned anywhere. The correct answer is this option, B. Okay, next question, which of the following is not characteristics of bureaucratic culture? And we have these options. Which of the following is not the characteristics of bureaucratic culture? Okay, you have to tell the characteristics of bureaucratic culture. Manager listen poorly and learn slowly. Managerial competencies are nurtured. Employees clearly see the forces that present threats and opportunities. So as you can see in your passage, this is given here in the last thing. Okay. Employees clearly see the forces that present threats and opportunity. Okay, so the condition as I have perceived it on cases goes like victory creates some degree of market supremacy, which is turn produces some progress, while keeping the ever larger organization under control becomes a primarily changes. So if you read this part, you will get the answer. Okay, what is the similar meaning of smother? Okay, like suppress, encourage, instigate, criticize, attack. What is the correct meaning of, or the similar meaning of this word? It is suppress. Smother means to suppress. Okay. Next question, why, according to the author, is the distinction between management and leadership crucial? Okay. Okay. So as you can see, leaders are reactive whereas managers are proactive. It is not mentioned anywhere in the passage. Organizations are facing problems of not getting good managers. Actually, this is not the distinction between it. Okay. Okay. Now, organization are pursuing strategy to status quo. No. In today's context, organization need leaders much more than the transforming. Okay. So it is written here. Okay. As you can see here, for the most of the centuries, we created thousands and thousands of large organizations for the first time in human history. We didn't have good enough manager to keep all those bureaucracy functioning. So actually, they need more and more managers. Okay, organization need leaders much more than the managers in transforming them. So that is why the paragraph here, or the passage here, is explaining that they need to emphasize because it is easier to teach than leadership. All these things are given here. Okay. What would you mark? You have to mark D option. 19th question is asking management education was emphasized in the management program. Why they are focusing or emphasizing more on management programs instead of management education? Because management was the main idea of agenda in organization. Okay, this is the appropriate answer option. Okay, 20th question, the passage management is equated with. According to the passage, management is equated to bureaucracies. Okay, it is equated to bureaucracies. 21st question, what according to the author is leadership? What do you think? What is the leadership according to the author and according to this passage? Process which keeps a system of people and technology running smoothly. This is called the leadership? No. What we have read here, we have read so many things about the leadership here that 100,000 people were stimulated to learn. So basically a good leader, what a good leader do, leadership outlines what the impending should look like, bring into line people, all these things, and the it basically pushes a person to get a vision to go to a good path. So according to this passage, planning the future and budgeting sources of, no, this is not the correct one, inspiring people to realize the vision. We have already discussed about it here. Yeah, here as you can see that leadership outlines what the impending should look like, bring them into line people with that vision. So it gives the vision to the people of the the management or the company, so inspiring people to realize the vision. Okay, last question of this passage is, which of the following statement is or are definitely true in the context of the passage? Okay, so bureaucracy fosters among strong and arrogant culture. Leadership competencies are nurtured in large size. We have read about it somewhere, right? We have read about it. Successful transformation in organization is 70 to 90% leadership. So we have read about this one. Okay, right? We have read about this one. No, it is actually not explaining this thing correctly. Leadership competencies are nurtured in large organization. No, actually it is talking about bureaucracy fosters among strong and arrogant culture. This is correct. And also successful transformation in organization is 70 to 90% leadership. We have already discussed about it here in the first paragraph here, right? So according to the passage, we can go with A option, also with the C option. So where can you find A and C? Here in the option B. Only A and C are the true statement according to the context of the passage. Okay. Okay, moving further, we have this question based on filling the blanks. You have this blank, and with this blank you have 5 options like super, discriminatory, spectral, evaluating, and lenient. All right, so let me know what should you choose to fill this blank. The power to grant bail, the power to grant bail is a dash power. It means we have to write an adjective here. What kind of power? Superpower, discretionary power, spectral power, evaluating power, or lenient power. What would you choose for this blank? Okay, if you say superpower, it doesn't go with the context. What is the meaning of discretionary power? What is the meaning of this word? When something is decided by any law or decree, when something is decided by officials. Okay, when something is decided by officials and not fixed by rules. when an official has the right to make some kind of decisions which are actually not fixed by rules. There are no rules for it. So this is the meaning of discretionary, and the sentence is saying the power to grant bail is a dash power vested in judges. So vested means restricted, kind of restricted. Obviously, they have this power. No, they have this power to grant bail. So we call it discretionary power, decided by the officials. Discretionary power vested or restricted in judges. Okay, next question we have 24th question. Okay, based on different pattern, you have these three options to fill this blank. You have only one blank, and to fill this blank you have three options, and out of these options you can choose one or two options, as you can see here in the options, like only 1, 3, 1, 2, second and third. Okay, so what are you going to choose for this blank? Please let me know in the comment box, guys. Sai, Abhi, Rajeshwari, Neha, Vyas. Okay, so start reading the sentence. Is saying the anti-dumping law provides the US businesses with an internationally accepted mechanism to seek relief from the dash effects. So whenever you have these kind of long sentences, do not try to read the, do not understand the meaning of each and every word, because you do not have that much time. Only pick this word. Effects is a noun. Okay, and we need a word here to qualify it, which can describe this noun effects, right? We need that word. Okay, Ganesh is saying A. Okay, so before this statement, or before this, I mean blank, as you can see here, mechanism to seek relief from. So when we need a relief from something, when we need relief from something that is not the comfortable situation, it is kind of painful thing, so effects has to be negative. They are not positive effects, right? Okay, Sai is saying one. Yes, because they are, you know, effects that should be negative. So we have this word harmful, and it is an adjective here, so we can say harmful effects. So can you choose only one? Yes, it is there in the option, but what about other two options? It has favorable. So as I told you that we need a word which has negative sense, because we want to relieve from this thing. So we cannot say favorable effects, because they are not favorable, they are harmful. What about adversely? It means similar to harmful, but actually it is an adverb, and we need an adjective if it is adverse. Okay, if we have option like this adverb, then you can choose this word here also, but because it is an adverb, so you have only and only this option, only one, which has harmful, right? Yes, good, Ganesh and Sai. Akhil, you are right, you got the correct answer. Okay, now the next question we have, even if the current India China crisis dash the border is dash peacefully, and we have these options, these 5 options. Please let me know in the comment box, and I hope you like the session. If you like it, then please give it a big thumbs up. Please like the video and try to share it with your friends as well. What would you choose for this option? Even if the current China India crisis is dash the border is dash peacefully, China military challenge will occupy greater attention of Indian military planners in the months and years to come. Okay, Sai is saying E. All right. Okay. Sai, you have to understand the context of this question. Please try to understand the context, what the sentence wants to clarify or to present us. Ganesh is saying C. Okay, even if the current India-China crisis, you can take the hint from this word peacefully. You can get the hint from there. If you're saying attacked, do you think that it will go with the word peacefully? The border is attacked peacefully. Can anyone attack the border peacefully? No, no, no. Ganesh, so try to understand the context and try to get the hint from the words which are given just, before and after your blank. Abhi is saying A. All right. Let's see. I is saying B. Okay. So you got the context correctly now, sign, but the answer is on. Okay, on the border, not in the border. So good, Abhi, you got the right answer. It should be on the border is resolved peacefully. Then China's military challenge will occupy greater attention of Indian military planners. You don't need to read further because this word says everything. It is giving you the hint that it should be resolved only out of these options, right? All right. So the last question of this session, which is based on sentence rearrangement. Okay, uh, do not be in hurry. Just read the lines which are given here. You have these lines A, B, C, D, E, and F. Very simple question. You have to arrange them. They are shuffled up. You have to make a sequence which should be grammatically correct. Start reading the sentences and make a sequence. I'm giving you 1 minute. Try to read the sentences. Okay, let me give you one point here which is important. You have to at first place you have to find the closing opening statement. Okay, you need an opening statement. The first statement should be opening statement. So it cannot be a pronoun, because if you are talking about someone, you should mention that person before that by using the name or the noun for this pronoun. It cannot be pronoun at first place. Okay, it cannot be any connector. Okay, so these are the hints. Now let's do it. Done, guys? Okay, I'll give you the meaning of some words. The word is written over here is deciduous. Okay, deciduous means basically this word is used when the trees, I mean the leaves, when a tree losing its leaves. Okay, when a tree losing its leaves. So this is the time we use this word deciduous forest. So the deciduous forest where trees doesn't have their leaves, they are falling apart. Okay. Okay, now let's start reading these sentences with me. We have the deep deciduous forest and the catches of the all grasslands far removed first from civilization. What do you think? Can you use this statement at the first place? Because we need an opening statement which can give us some kind of theme to the passage. Okay, because these lines will make a passage and it will give us some kind of meaning. So the deep deciduous forest and the catches of all grassland far removed from civilization, it doesn't make the first statement. Now this same quality, when we have demonstrative pronoun, this same quality, so it is demonstrating towards something. Okay, and if we do not have something before this, how can you demonstrate to something? Something should be there before it, so it cannot be the first statement, right? Something should be there, right? Understood? This same quality, which quality, what are you talking about? It should be mentioned before it. Now one of Manus greatest assist has been its seclusion from human habitant. Again, one of Manus, that means something should be there, some information should be there before this statement. Their assault, okay, denoting something. So their assault, the people or the person, we should mention before this statement, so cannot be the first statement. Armed with sophisticated as well as crude homemade weapons. Talking about armed means, do you understand the meaning of armed forces with sophisticated as well as crude homemade weapons. They is used for armed. They have total disregard for wildlife. Maybe this can be the first statement. Let's read the F. Have is the verb. You cannot start a sentence by using a verb. So it is very clear that E is the only option which should be used at the first place or as a first statement. Okay, you are saying A, F, E, C, B, D. Okay, good try, very well done. But let us see, is it the correct sequence or not, Sai? Okay. Okay, you got the deep C, but it doesn't, if you read the whole sentence, Sai, it will not make the sense. Okay, just by using the other options. So it is talking about the armed with sophisticated as well as crude homemade weapons. They have total disregard for wildlife. So the sentence is talking about the opinion of armed. They disregard wildlife. So chances are there that the other options will give us the reasons why do they disregard wildlife. Okay, so we got E here. Okay, now what should be the next sentence? Their assault, as you can see, there is written. There is used to show the possession of plural nouns, and we have plural nouns here, they. Now their assault on it, can we say this here? Their assault on it can be gauged from the fact. Okay, I know some words are complicated one. So what is the meaning of gauge here? Gauge means to estimate or to evaluate. Okay, to estimate something, or in the simple words I can say to have an idea about something. So why do they don't like it? It can be estimate from the fact. And what is the fact? Fact is that the venison is being sold at 3 to 4 at rupees 3 to 4 a kg in the villages bordering the forest. This is the reason. This is the reason they do not like it. They totally disregard wildlife. The reason is given here. What is the reason? They sold venison 3 to 4 kg. What is the meaning of venison here, guys? What is the meaning of this word? Okay, let me remove this. It is making so much chaos here. Okay, venison is meat. Okay, it is meat from a deer. So the people who lives near to the forest or the border, they sell venison, meat of a deer. So first statement is D, and we have to make the pair with D, I mean E and D. Now it says villages bordering the forest. Now what would be the next one? What would be the next one? Okay, the deep deciduous not connecting with the D, one of the manners and have become. Okay, as you can see here in the C statement, okay, it is saying one of the manners greatest assist has been its circulation from human habitant. Okay, this seems fine, or the sequence can be made by using C here. Okay, one of the man's greatest assets has been its circulation from human habitants. And what would be the next one? This same quality. Which quality? This quality. This same quality, however, which once made manners. Okay, the word manners here is also given, which is giving us the hint. So after C, we have to have B. This same quality, however, which once made man such a refreshing chase, has now become the cause for major concern. Now this is the major concern in today's time. So we have E, D, C and B. Now we are left with A and C. Very simple to make this sequence because it has verb. It cannot be used before we have something. We have to have a subject. And obviously we have to use here, and after that we should say that have become. Understood? You cannot use this statement, right? Because if you see concern, major concern will not have here. So have become need a subject, and this sentence will become the subject. The deep deciduous forest and catches of all glass and far from the civilization have become. Now what happens in the forest? Because there are so many leaves, and what happens after that? They have become shelter for dangerous terrorists. So sequence would be A and C. No, I mean A and F. Okay, got it? I hope you like the video. This is all about this mock test, this live mock test. I hope you got the concept, or what kind of approach or technique you should be have with your examination. If you like the video, give it the big thumbs up, and I'll see you next class. Till then, keep learning and all the very best for your examination. Take care.